Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update from us, especially when we're dropping the realest, rawest, and most unfiltered news straight from the hip-hop world. And today, we got some major news coming out of the streets of Chicago, the courtrooms, and the hip-hop universe. That's right, we're talking Lil Durk, the voice of the trenches, the face of OTF, the man who's been through it all, just got denied bond again. And we're diving all the way into the full story, from the very beginning to the courtroom chaos, and what this could mean for Durk's future. Stay locked in, because by the end of this, you'll see exactly why the story is bigger than just another rapper getting caught up. This is about power, influence, street politics, and the cold truth about what really happens when the justice system puts its eyes on you no matter how many platinum plaques you've got. And don't forget, hit that like button, drop a comment, and share this video with your people if you're rocking with the truth. All right, let's get into it. Lil Durk, born Durk Derrick Banks, ain't no stranger to the spotlight or to controversy. Coming out of the south side of Chicago, he built his name brick by brick, track by track, cosign by cosign, and loss by loss. From losing his brother DThang, to seeing friends and associates like King Von pass away, to navigating endless beefs labeled drama and street politics, Durk's come up has been anything but easy, but through all of that, the man stayed standing. Head high, chain shining, mic in hand. But not even the brightest diamond in the game can outshine the darkness that creeps in when the legal system sets its target. So let's rewind the clock and get some context here. The rumors, whispers, and street talk have been growing for months now. People saying Durk's name's been getting tossed around in some serious cases. Not no small stuff either. We're talking conspiracy, illegal possession, and even alleged ties to acts of retaliation that authorities have been quietly building behind closed doors. But while the fans were vibing to All My Life and celebrating Durk's Billboard success, behind the scenes, law enforcement was moving pieces like a grandmaster playing chess. Fast forward to last week, Durk gets picked up. Initial reports were hazy. Some outlets said it was a probation violation. Others claimed it was a bench warrant. But the truth? It's bigger than that. Durk was taken in under a sealed indictment, part of a broader investigation tied to gun trafficking, gang connections, and allegedly being in violation of prior bond terms set in earlier cases. And just like that, Durk was behind bars. Now here's where it gets real. After being held for a few days, his legal team pushed hard for a bond hearing. They came in strong, talking about how Durk has multiple children, how he's a full-time artist providing jobs and opportunity, how he's been staying out of the streets, focusing on positivity, peace, and music. They tried to paint the picture of a changed man, a businessman, a father, a leader. But the prosecution? They weren't having it. In court, the state laid out a bombshell argument. They said Durk was a flight risk, a threat to the public, and someone with direct influence over violent actions taking place in and outside of Chicago. And even though much of what they said is being kept under wraps because of the sealed nature of the case, one thing is clear as day. They're not just looking scared Durk. They're looking to bury him. And the judge? After hearing both sides, the judge made the call no bond. That's right. Denied. Again. Which means Durk stays locked up. No ankle monitor. No house arrest. No special treatment. Let that sink in. This isn't the first time Durk has faced legal trouble, but this moment feels different. It feels heavier. It feels like a crossroad in not just his career, but his entire life. And you can feel the shockwave it's sending through the industry. Rappers are tweeting. Blogs are buzzing. Streets are talking. And everyone wants to know why. Why Durk? Why now? Let's be honest. Durk's not just a rapper. He's a movement. OTF is bigger than music. It's a family, a label, a brand, a way of life. And when you reach that level, when your voice speaks to millions, you're no longer just an artist. You're a symbol. And symbols? They're powerful. They can start revolutions, or they can be targeted for destruction. Now don't get it twisted. We're not here to make excuses. If Durk's involved in something illegal, the truth will come out. But what we are here to do is ask the real questions. Why does the system seem so quick to throw the book at black men who make it out the mud? Why is it that every time someone builds a platform from nothing, they get dragged back into the dirt? You don't have to agree with everything Durk's done in his past, but what we can't ignore is the pattern. Artists from the streets are often treated like criminals before the evidence even lands. And that's the real talk no one's brave enough to have. Now, here's something that didn't make the headlines, but we got it from a close source. Durk's team is planning to appeal the decision and go after a bond again in the coming weeks. They're trying to bring in celebrity cosigns, community leaders, and even some of the people Durk's helped behind the scenes to speak on his behalf. It's going to be an uphill battle, but don't count Durk out just yet. The man's been through worse. Meanwhile, what does this mean for music? Word on the street is that Durk has a vault of unreleased tracks, and his team is thinking about dropping some of them to keep the momentum going. There's even talk of a surprise EP titled Bond Denied that could hit streaming platforms in the next few weeks. And you already know, if that happens, the streets and the streams are going to go crazy. But let's zoom out one more time, because this isn't just about Durk. This is about every artist trying to break out of the cycle. So here's the bottom line. Lil Durk being denied bond again is more than just another courtroom headline. It's a wake-up call to the fans, to the culture, to the industry. We need to do better. We need to support smarter. We need to stop waiting for our stars to fall before we recognize how high they've climbed. If you made it this far into the video, you already know what it is. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear the truth. Whether you're Team Durk all day or just someone who cares about fairness and facts, this story affects all of us. Because if it can happen to Durk, it can happen to anyone who dares to shine too bright. And before we wrap this up, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think the judge made the right call? Do you believe Durk's being targeted? What do you think this means for OTF and the future of Chicago rap? Drop your thoughts, show love, and stay locked in because we'll be back with more updates as this story unfolds. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, and stay solid. This is your favorite channel for truth, news, and everything in between. Signing out. Let me know if you want a shorter version for TikTok or Reels, or if you like it tailored to a specific vibe street, corporate, dramatic documentary, etc.